Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on 2021's movie entitled Out of Death. And the official synopsis of Out of Death is: a corrupt sheriff's department in a rural mountain town comes undone when an unattended witness throws a wrench into the shady operation. I would say, to me, this movie, it was just okay. It was very average, to say the least. And here is my review on the matter. What I first enjoyed about this movie would probably have to be with the characters. I felt like a good majority of the characters in this movie, they were all written pretty well. As to me, none of them were cringeworthy or written pretty awfully. My favorite characters in this movie would probably have to be Jamie King as Shannon Mavers, Lala Kent as Billy Stratton-Hope, Michael Cera as Hank Rivers. Those three were all written pretty well, and they were all drastically different from one another. Like Jamie King as Shannon Mavers, she is a photographist and she has to survive from three corrupt sheriffs that tries to kill her, as they are all involved in very dangerous things such as drugs, corruption, killings, just to basically make money and basically survive in this crazy world. We are soon introduced to Bruce Willis as Jack Harris, and his character in this movie is very limited, as apparently he shot all of his scenes within one day because of the pandemic, and he's alright. Bruce Willis's character in this movie was just okay. Another thing that I thought this movie did well on was the cinematography, as the cinematography in this movie, it wasn't nothing special. It was shot pretty well, just like every other movie itself that knows how to shoot a movie. So yeah. The plot in this movie, to me, it was just okay. It wasn't really anything special regarding the plot, as it is like an interesting take, but it's nothing new with somebody seeing something and they basically have to run for their life and survive. And I would say the first thing that I did not like about this movie would probably have to be the CGI effect, as this movie definitely does have many different CGI effects in this movie, and the CGI is pretty laughable. Like, it is absolutely horrible, and that's all. Another thing that I did not like about this movie would probably have to be maybe the villains itself, as the villains throughout the entire movie has a big upper hand against the main character, Shannon Mavers, but they do everything they can in either to order get killed or to get caught. Like, they could have taken out Shannon Mavers' character and Bruce Willis's character a long time ago, but they decided that the risk was far too superior, and just like all the other typical movies like this, they get caught. And I would probably have to say this movie, to me, it was very predictable by the second and third act, and disappointing to say the least. I was actually surprised with how much less of a role that Bruce Willis has had in this movie, as his scenes was shot in one day, and you can tell that he is not in this movie that much. But out of all, how I would rate Out of Death out of 5 stars, I would probably rate Out of Death maybe 2 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.